Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Setting up of the 10th station for the precipitation project is completed in Alka Mountain that covers the governorates of Al-Dakhiliya and North Sharqiya. Governance Institute's Forum for Training in the Middle East and North Africa discusses in Salalah developing individual skills and training projects. And the Omani entrepreneurs organize an exhibition in support of disabled children. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said sent a cable of greetings to President Dr. Tabari Vasquez of Uruguay on the occasion of his country's Independence Day anniversary. In completion of the precipitation system, which covers the targeted areas, the Omani Center for Artificial Rain finished setting up the 10th station of the project in Alka Mountain in the Wilaya of Bidbid in the governorate of Al-Dakhiliya. The new station, which overlays wilayas of Ibra, Mudaybi, Dema in governorate of North Sharqiya and wilayas of Samail and Bidbid in governorate of Al-Dakhiliya, is located at 16,340 meters above sea level. The station is built with the addition of 10 devices to measure the amount of rain that includes around 70% of the areas located on Al-Hajar Mountains. Developing individual skills in the field of training and some initiatives and projects for government training establishments are topics discussed by the Extraordinary General Assembly of the Governance Institute's Forum for Training in the Middle East and North Africa, GIFT Mena. The two-day event is being hosted by the Sultanate, represented by Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Governorate of the Far Branch. It also discussed the role of government training establishments in the Middle East and North Africa and challenges facing them. More than 50 heads and directors of government training centers and human resources officials from the Arab and foreign countries are taking part in the gathering. Exchange of cordial talks and matters concerning pilgrims during the pilgrimage season this year were discussed by His Highness Prince Saud bin Khalid bin Faisal Al Saud, Deputy Emir of the Al-Madinah Al-Munawwara, when he received Sheikh Sultan bin Saif Al-Hinai, head of the Omani Hajj mission. On the sidelines of the meeting, the two sides exchanged souvenirs. With the participation of a host of youths from various governorates of the Sultanate Youth Literary and Artistic Forum in its 23rd edition concluded its activities in the city of Salalah. The event included poetry competitions, cultural discussion sessions and other youth contests. The winners in these competitions were announced and honored at the conclusion ceremony. The civil sector in the Sultanate is playing an active and pivotal role in bearing part of the responsibility towards care for disabled children. With this context, the activities of Entrepreneurs Products exhibition was organized at Disabled Children Care Association. The inauguration ceremony of the exhibition was presided over by Her Highness Sayyida Hujayja bint Jafar Al Saeed, chairperson of the Board of Directors of the association. The event includes some Eid requirements and needs such as perfumes, bukhur and clothes. The exhibition also a great opportunity to shed light on the activities of Disabled Children Care Association. Homemade Products exhibition was organized in the Wilaya of Barka in the Governorate of South Batna. It showcased the products of some Omani families in various fields. The event was organized by Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry in the Governorate of South Batna. Around 20 participants took part in the exhibition. It came to encourage them to do their commercial activities at their houses and promote their products. Still to come in our news bulletin. The 2017 Oman Sailing Championship is concluded in the Wilaya of Sur. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Reviewing a number of matters of mutual concern between the Omani and Turkish armed forces were aspects touched upon by Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff of the Sultan's Armed Forces, when he met Rear Admiral Henry Sinsler, Commander of the Turkish Joint Duty Force. During the meeting, they exchanged views on several military topics. Rear Admiral Abdullah bin Khamis al-Raisi, Commander of the Royal Navy of Oman, reviewed a number of common concern topics with Rear Admiral Henry Sinsler, Commander of the Turkish Joint Duty Force. The Wilaya of Sur in the Governorate of South Sharqiya witnessed the conclusion of the 2017 Oman Sailing Championship. More details in the following report by Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
81 sailors aged between 10 to 17 years old participated in the 2017 Oman Sailing Championship, which took place in the Wilaya of Sur, known for its long maritime history. Here, these young sailors get ready to start racing on a day of good wind, reaching up to 10 knots.
My duty here is the principal race officer to manage the race management, the race committee. I think the race committee here in Oman, there's a lot of potential to do very well, and I had a great time working with them.
We all believe that Oman Sailing Championship become better after 4 years, and we are looking for more competitors in coming year. We are looking forward to invite more international sailors from the GCC, from the other region countries.
The flag was flown, announcing the commencement of the tournament, which witnessed a fierce competition despite the circumstances that encountered the sailors, who then began to adapt to the situation. At the end, those who planned well managed to be among the first who crossed the finishing line.
We had some difficulties with the wind, but in the end we managed to do races, and the level was really good. The sailors was really nice with us and all the staff, and in the end we managed to have second and third place, alhamdulillah.
This big national youth sailing event has become the center of attention of young sailors, bringing back the maritime history of Oman, whose seafarers reach India, China, East Africa and other countries. For the Sultanate of Oman Television English News, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
The number of visitors during the 9th week of the Kharif season rose by 4% compared to the same week last year, reaching more than 48,000 visitors. The National Center for Statistics and Information pointed out that the GCC citizens, including Omanis, composed 92% out of the total number of visitors, followed by Asian nationalities visitors. The number of Kharif visitors amounted to more than 575,000 since the beginning of the season until now. This week, a Ru'ya insurance company was listed for the first time in Muscat Securities market as a public shareholding company, but the stock did not react positively and closed down less than the IPO price, whereas Muscat Securities Market Index witnessed a weekly rise amounted to 57 points. A United Nations advisor on Syria today said some 20,000 civilians were trapped in the northern city of Raqqa, and this is the time to try anything to help them escape the area. Jan Egeland suggested that a humanitarian pause could be considered to facilitate evacuation, but added that unlike Aleppo and other besieged areas where this was used, there was no contact with those holding neighborhoods in Raqqa, and Daesh group militants in the area were using civilians as human shields. Egeland said the needs of civilians in these neighborhoods are beyond belief and the protection concerns are acute. US-backed Syrian opposition fighters have been trying to capture the city from the Daesh group since June 6 and have been fighting under the cover of airstrikes by the US-led coalition.
No humanitarian relief, no...
Hundreds of thousands of Yemenis have rallied in Sana'a in a public show of support for a former president. amid rising tension between his loyalists and the Houthi rebels, components of the rebel alliance fighting a Saudi-led coalition in the country. Today's rally brought together some 300,000 Yemenis to the capital to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the founding of the Popular Conference Party of former President Ali Abdullah Saleh. Saleh's supporters said that the party will evaluate its partnership with the Houthis, referring to a recent power struggle between the two factions. The contention threatens to undermine their alliance against the coalition seeking to dislodge them from the capital and restore the internationally recognized government of President Abdrabbu Mansour Hadi to power. Navy chiefs from 43 states in Asia, the US, Australia and Europe attended the International Maritime Symposium in Bali today, which is aimed at exploring future trends and challenges. The symposium theme was Maritime Cooperation for Good Order at Sea, and each session focused on a specific topic to guide the discussions. Chief of the Australian Navy Tim Barrett told delegates that maritime trading to countries in the region was important and everyone had an interest in good order at sea. Meanwhile, Ronald Mercado from the Philippine Navy stated that there was a need for regional countries to strengthen cooperation. Vice Admiral Philip Sawyer, who has recently undertaken his post as commander of the US 7th Fleet, attended today's event. The two-day symposium continues until tomorrow.
Across the Indian Ocean, through the Straits of...
And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas of the Governorate of Dhofar and its nearby mountains with chances of intermittent drizzle. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of scattered rainfall over the Hajar Mountains. Winds will be easterly to southeasterly, light to moderate, while seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Setting up of the 10th station for the precipitation project is completed in Alta Mountain that covers the governorates of Ad-Dakhiliya and North Sharqiya. Governance Institute's Forum for Training in the Middle East and North Africa discusses in Salalah developing individual skills and training projects. And the Omani entrepreneurs organize an exhibition in support of disabled children. With that, we've come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.